Hi, I'm Charlie Butcher.
I'm Jim Kerr.
I'm Michael McNeil.
I'll see you next week.
Now that several songs can be found both in a live and studio version, which one do you prefer? For example, let's take Promise to a Miracle. Do you prefer the live version or the studio version?
I think what happens is that when we wrote the songs, we recorded them just about immediately afterwards. And it's only until we've been playing them for a few years you really begin to understand the song and arrange it and you know how it should be. So I think on the live album, the versions of the songs that we do, they're much more mature and they're much more to the spirit of probably what the song had, but it takes so much time to kind of realise what it is.
Would you say that the live version is a rebirth for a song?
Yeah, a lot of it is.
Yeah, because you kind of change the arrangement around a bit and just fool around with it a little while and you feel the song much better after a while.
I think songs like Big Sleep and like you say, Promise You a Miracle, these are songs that we use Mel Gaynor for live, but he never played on the record, and it's, you know, it's a world of difference. It is like you say, it's a new life to the songs. We weren't trying to compare them to what they were before. It's a new life. I think the sentiment of the song is the same, but sometimes the form or the pace or the format is different. And again, that's what makes good live albums, because they're not just copies of the recorded work.
Apart from one track, Someone Somewhere in Summertime, recorded in Australia, all the songs have been recorded in Paris, Le Zénith. So why have you chosen Paris and why not, dare I say, Brussels?
Okay. Well, actually, the two reasons, the main two reasons were we asked people who were involved in making live records, people that had been involved in other successful live records, and they said a mistake was to, I mean, naturally we would have thought the best thing would be to record 10 or 12 concerts in Brussels and Paris and Glasgow and London and take the best. But people said that was a big mistake, because often what all happens is that you end up with a mountain of tapes, and Mick thinks Wednesday night is better and Charlie thinks Tuesday night, and
I spent 2 years listening to them.
Yeah, like Springsteen apparently got in this big, you know, crazy thing, and so it came to a point where we picked a venue because primarily for technical reasons. Paris is very, very lucky because it has not only one but two great venues. And secondly, when we played in Paris last year, the first thing we noticed that the audience wasn't just a Parisian audience, but there was people there from Belgium and Germany, Holland, Britain, and it was like a kind of, it was a meeting point. I think for us the only important thing was that we did record it in Europe, because after the last 2 years there's been so much emphasis in America from the band, from doing Live Aid there and doing Don't You Forget About Me and working with American producers. It was important to us to bring it back to Europe because we consider ourselves, I think, a European rock band, not a Scottish rock band or a British rock band, but a European rock band, and that was the most important thing that it came from.
In the album there is a beautiful booklet with amazing pictures. May I ask you to comment some of the pictures? When and where has it been taken? Does it bring you some good or bad memories?
Yes,
this one, for instance.
See right in their living room there and see the television.
Yeah, these people, the stage was there and their houses were 20 metres away, it felt like, or they felt really. You couldn't do something like that in Scotland or in Britain. For us, it was just like a carnival.
Where is it being taken, this one?
Switzerland,
Locarno.
Italian Switzerland. That last world tour went on for, it seemed, 14 months, and at the end I think we were absolutely physically drained, mentally, physically, everything. In actual fact, just now is like a rest, not just after the world tour, but the first rest we've had in 9 years. And it is important because I think all of us, it's not like a plan, but instinctively this album feels like the end of a period. And it's a perfect way of putting a full stop on the period, and this is a perfect opportunity to take the rest and get inspired to come back with something, not just a new album, but I think for us, a new face.